Benjamin Franklin is known as one of the greatest Americans that ever lived. He contributed to the founding of our nation and to our understanding of science, including finding out about how electricity works. He was born more than 300 years ago. He had 16 brothers and sisters. Franklin only went to school for a very short time. And by the age of 10, he was working as a printer. He published writings of all kinds, read much, and taught himself grammar, science, math, and foreign languages. Although Franklin lived in other cities, he spent most of his life in the city of Philadelphia, one of the biggest cities in the colonies, and the place where ideas of American independence were born. He became a very important person there. He influenced the city so much that today there are still many roads, bridges, statues, and places dedicated to his memory. At the age of 40, Franklin turned his attention to science. He invented the Franklin stove in 1742. It was made of cast iron and warmed people's homes more safely than the open fireplaces they'd been using. Fires were a big problem during colonial times. They were often caused by strikes of lightning. And to try to solve the problem, Franklin invented the lightning rod. It consisted of a simple metal rod placed on the top of a building to attract the lightning's energy, so that it would move through the rod and be absorbed in the ground before ever hitting the building below it. The invention was related to Franklin's belief that lightning was, in fact, electricity. And in 1752, he carried out the famous kite experiment that proved it. The idea was to fly a kite into storm clouds, and when struck by lightning, electricity would move down the string and through a key attached at the end to create an electrical charge, which it did. Franklin invented other useful things like bifocals with a top lens to see far away and a bottom lens to see close up. He did not register any of his inventions. So instead of making himself a rich man, he gave them to the world for the greater good of the people. Franklin wanted to improve the quality of life for people in the colonies. And in his later life, he became a statesman. Franklin helped to write and signed both the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, historic documents that founded the United States of America.
Oh, the printing press!
Franklin was well known and celebrated in his time and remains a symbol of American science and history to this day.